Hey everyone. Okay, so I'm here to talk about my second reading project for the month of February. This is sort of a combo project. It's sort of, I have two different projects, but then one of them is like, there's a smaller project within the bigger project. And so my other reading project is going to be mostly romance and love related because it's Valentine's Day in February. So I figured that would be a good theme for the month, aside from my Oscar reading project. And then, so generally it's romance is the theme of this project, but then within that theme also I'm trying to reread all of my Beauty and the Beast retellings that I have because the Disney live action film is coming out on the 7th of March. And some of these, depending on how much I have, depending on how much time I have and how much I can get read, a couple of these might spill over into March. And, for me, I'm gonna say that that's acceptable because the movie doesn't come out until the 7th. So, yes, let's get started. I'll talk about the Beauty and the Beast ones last, and then I'll talk about my general, romance ones that I will be reading. I also have a couple other things that aren't related to any of these projects that hopefully I will be able to read, but I'm not totally sure. So my non-Beauty and the Beast romance things that I will be reading are I would love to start over / finish As You Like It by William Shakespeare. This is one of my favorite, it's my favorite Shakespeare that I've seen as a film. I love both the 1930s, I think it's the 30s, and the 2005 adaptations. Both are very great. Very great. Both are amazing. In the 30s one, Sir Laurence Olivier plays Orlando, and in the 2005, and Elizabeth Berger plays Rosaline. And then in the 2005 one, that was directed by Kenneth Branagh, and Bryce Dallas Howard plays Rosaline, and David Oyelowo, whose last name I still cannot pronounce correctly, plays Orlando. And oh gosh, of the two, I would probably say I like the 2005 one a little bit better because the 30s one is really great and it still has the romance and keeps the language all the same, but it emphasizes much more of the comedy rather than the romance, and the 2005 one keeps all the comedic elements but puts a heavier emphasis on the romantic element of the story rather than the comedy. So really, they're both great for different reasons, but that is particularly why I enjoy the 2005 one a little bit more. And because there's a bit more of a romance emphasis on the 2005 one, I feel like Bryce Dallas Howard and David Oyelowo had much more chemistry as the romantic pair than Olivier and Elizabeth Berger. But I think that's the way it was supposed to be. But anyway, so I really want to start this over and actually read it all the way through this time. I really think once I read this, it's going to beat out Twelfth Night as my favorite Shakespeare. So, yep. Really looking forward to that one. And then I am finally going to be reading Romeo and Juliet for the first time. I have a really great audio of it out from the library right now. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to read this, and then one thing that I'm going to listen to in February, if I can, is towards the end of the month, the end of this month, I'm going to get, I'm going to use an Audible credit to get Romeo and Juliet, the novelization done by David Hewson, that's narrated by Richard Armitage. So that will also be part of my romantic reading in February. But I wanted to read the original first because I've seen this performed. I've seen movies, and then I've seen a taped performance of this that was done by the Garrick Theater, or done at the Garrick Theater, done by the Kenneth Branagh Theater Company with Richard Madden and Lily James. And that performance changed my mind about this play. I hated this play, or disliked it very strongly, until I saw this performance, and that performance really made me see, it really makes you understand the desperation of the situation between Romeo and Juliet, like what leads them to do what they do, and the idea that to both of them, they really had no other choice for them. So, yeah, that, oh my gosh, it was so good. It was so good. And until then, up until that point, it wasn't that I hated the characters. I actually quite liked a lot of the characters, and I thought the language was beautiful, but the way the story went really bothered me, and it still bothers me some, but now I just understand the characters more. So, yeah, anyway, reading this, and the David Hewson, I think is how you say it, book, reading those, and then my other Shakespeare that I want to reread, reread, this is the only reread in the pile, is Winter's Tale. I read this once when I was in high school, and I completely loved it. This very quickly became my second favorite Shakespeare, and as I said, I think As You Like It is going to take the place of Twelfth Night, which means this will probably get booted to third. But I think I'm going to have to start categorizing my favorite Shakespeares with, like, the comedy and the tragedies, because right now my favorite, well, and also the histories, because right now I'm reading a couple different histories, and those are really amazing. So, anyway, rereading this, and hopefully I will love it, and then I will watch the film. And then I also want to reread Persuasion by Jane Austen. This is just, it's amazing, and it has the best romance love letter that I have ever read in any book ever. So, I figured if this had the best romance letter, I should include it in my romantic reading for February, as well as the fact that I really do want to continue on with my Austen rereading, and I haven't read one since I finished Northanger Abbey in November, so I figured about time I picked another one up, so I'm going to do this one. And then the last thing that is not part of the Beauty and the Beast section, and this is a huge maybe. It may have to end up waiting until March, but that would be rereading Outlander by Diana Gabaldon. I've heard other people say Gabaldon, and I don't know if her name is Gabaldon or Gabaldon, but I've pronounced it Gabaldon for like 10 years, so I don't know if I'm wrong or not. But anyway, so I want to reread Outlander. I was supposed to reread both this and Dragonfly and Amber before rewatching season 1 and then watching season 2 for the first time, but I ran out of time, and I also really didn't feel like picking up two books that were this giant so quickly back to back to each other. So I ended up just watching season 2 by itself, but because of that, it got me way back into this world, and really made me want to reread the books pretty quickly, because I realized how much I forgot about Dragonfly and Amber. I pretty much realized that I remember little snippets of both Dragonfly and Amber and Voyager, but really the only one where I remember the entire thing is Outlander. So I really need to reread this, and reread Dragonfly and Amber, and then Voyager, and so on and so forth. I'm thinking of maybe rereading one of these a month, so start this one in February, and then reread through until, I guess, September, because that'll take me through book 8. Which I actually don't own, so I would need to pick that up in the meantime. But anyway, really excited to reread this. And then my Beauty and the Beast things are Beauty by Robin McKinley. I really, really love this. This was my favorite Beauty and the Beast retelling for a really long time. And it might still be. I don't know. I have to reread it. But I read Heart's Blood recently, like in the last couple of months sometime. I forget when exactly I read this, but when I read it, I thought, oh, this probably will kick Beauty to second place, but I'm not exactly sure. I have to reread both to figure that out. But I'm not sure. I think this one will end up taking a back burner, and if I can't reread it before the film comes out, then that's okay, because I did just read this a couple months ago, so I'm very familiar with it still. And then I want to reread Beastly by Alex Flynn. This is actually the deluxe edition, so it includes Beastly and then Lindy's Diary, which Lindy's Diary is like 120-page diary thing that is basically Beastly from Lindy's point of view. So it's, I don't know if it's her point of view from after she has to go stay with Kyle or what. I kind of forget. But anyway, I'm really excited to reread this one and then rewatch the film. And then the other one that I have, I unfortunately don't have to show you. It is on my Kindle, and it's called A Subtle Beauty by Anne Hunter. And this is also another one of my favorite Beauty and the Beast retellings, and it's probably, it's definitely my favorite as far as what they do with the Beast. First of all, I don't think this is a spoiler, but the Beast is a griffin, so he's a very specific type of beast. He's not like an amalgamation like the Disney Beast. Not that the Disney Beast is bad, but yeah, I think it's cool that they made him a specific type of beast. And also the twist of how that goes is really cool. I don't want to tell you what it is, because I feel like if you're a Beauty and the Beast fan and you haven't read this, you really should, because I thought it was just amazing. But because of that, I really don't want to ruin what the twist is, and how they change it, and how they change the characters. So yeah, I'm really excited to reread that one. So this is a lot that I'm trying to read in February. My Oscar project has 6 books in it, and then this would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 9 books, so that's 15, and then I also have 16 also if you include, 17. Yeah, 17 if you include Subtle Beauty and the Romeo and Juliet. Plus, I also have Norse mythology that I really want to read by Neil Gaiman, because that comes out in February. And then also, I'm reading Framley Parsonage with Katie from Books and Things, which means I have to read Dr. Thorne first. So that's another, it's basically about 20 books that I'm trying to read in February. So that's a lot. Don't know if that's going to happen, but I'm going to try. And what I'm going to do, as I said, is I'm going to save a couple of my Beauty and the Beast books for last, so that if those spill over into March, then that's totally okay. So, yes, this is quite a lot of reading that I'm trying to do. So let me know what you guys think of my 2 different reading projects that I'm doing in February. Of course, you're welcome to say, that's too many books, you're not going to do it. That's fine, but I have faith in me. I'm hoping. And let me know if you guys are reading anything kind of romancy in February, since it's Valentine's in February. And let me know if anyone else is as excited about the Beauty and the Beast movie as I am, because I haven't freaked out this much about a movie in quite a long time, because this is my favorite story of all time, and it's my favorite movie of all time, being remade into a live-action film with an amazing cast. So I can't even explain how excited I am for this. But anyway, thank you guys so much for watching, and I will talk to you guys later. Bye.